Just think of it as Aaron Brockovich, but in the Bible.
This is probably how Channing Tatum felt dating Zoe Kravitz.
Bob Dylan was the SZA of his day.
All of this is alleged, and I want that on the record.
I actually need him to like get out of prison and get into an Anastasia Brow deal.
Damn, not even a top coat?
He said, listen, if I did it, OJ Boots.
I'm scared for the type of boy that this movie might empower.
You can't be 32 and still posting on TikTok like that.
You're the film girl. I'm the personality hire, okay? That's what I'm here for. You know how I feel today? I feel like that one time in our group chat with Evan Nicole Brown, at likely, 8 a.m. in the morning, Eastern Standard, you guys were making fun of some girl's manicure.
Don't say making fun.
You were
that sounds
criticizing.
That I was making an observation, I would think. Probably.
And Evan says, damn, not even a top coat? And that's how I feel. There's no top coat here. I'm raw and I'm uncut and I need a file down.
Cuticle's a mess. I already know.
Mess. It's so bad. And usually I know that I'm down bad when I am like K-holing through episodes of We Can Do Hard Things. Only to come out on the other end and realize like I can't do hard things. Like, I'm actually not equipped. Like only these white girls can do it and not me. It's dire.
What's gotten you down?
How long do you have?
Well, I think we have usually about 45 to 55 minutes. Yeah.
A tight 45 on a good day. But okay, on the bright side though, I will say it makes me like too aware of how I'm feeling. But I love watching white women. Listening, I don't think they do video, but I love listening to these white women talk about divorce and internal family structures. And like there's something that really is so it's not soft brain because it's the work, it's real work that's happening. But it feels so good to my spirit to know that these white women will carry me on their back and take me home.
That's totally how I feel. Actually, I really understand because
about Real Housewives. You're so annoying.
No, but see, this is, excuse me, what you just, emotional work is real work. And if nobody got me, I know Sonia, Dorinda, Ramona, Carol Radziwill, and sometimes Barb the Builder on the season I'm currently on, which I believe is season 10 or 11 of Real Housewives of New York. Ugh. I know they got me. And speaking of, I was watching yesterday on Sunday with Remy, curled up in my lap, and well, guess who I saw? I said, okay.
On the silver screen.
No, on the TV screen.
On the TV screen.
I'm watching Roni and I'm like, okay, Sonia is going to a party for Paper Magazine. And I was like, wait, this sounds familiar. And then she like walks in wearing this wig that looks crazy. And then who do I see but Little Miss Peyton Lindsay Dix.
Thank you, government
You had such a baby face, too.
I know. It was when my hair was short, too.
Yes.
It was when I believed in media. It was awesome.
But you looked so cute. You were like...
Really? Yeah, I was like king in a way that I don't know.
And look, you don't key here.
I key with you all the time.
What did Nikki Giovanni say to James Baldwin?
Oh, you are not.
You know what you say to that cracking down on the job, right? You know what you say about cracking down on the job. Smile for me. Lie to me.
R.I.P. But also that was crazy for you to summon her into the space so soon after her death. And also to call
what? I'm sorry, I'm giving her flowers.
You're the Nikki of the group. I'm the James Baldwin. I am toxic.
Lie to me. Smile.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How are you doing? Are you well?
No.
Okay.
Not well.
So no one's doing well here.
So I'm like, I was like truly like, what's the correct term? Like mainlining, like in receiving Roni intravenously.
Okay.
Like that's how much I was watching Roni yesterday. And Andrew was like, don't talk to me like you're on a reunion.
No one's filming Andy's not in this house, okay?
And it was not something like so random. Like he was gonna like take Remy out for afternoon. He was like, don't talk to me like you're on Roni. It's not reunion talk. Talk to me normal.
And then I do like excessive therapy speak to people and they're like, no. You're not a guest.
Like you're doing too much. You're doing too much. But I was listening to I was listening to like a Spotify playlist. This is like kind of the beginning of me starting to go through it this weekend. Okay. Listening to a Spotify playlist, it was like, I was listening to Romy Mars. Ever heard of her?
Oh.
My White Queen, Romy Mars.
Oh, the what's her name? Wait, no. What?
Yeah, the granddaughter of Francis Ford Coppola,
Okay,
daughter of Sophia. They owe everything to her. But anyway. And Spotify was like auto playing like, other like sad white girl music. And I listened to this one song and it was so good, but I didn't know who it was. And a chill came through my spirit. And I said, this better not fucking be Gracie Abrams. I was
That's
like,
what I've been
I was
saying.
shaking. I was like, oh my God, I hope it's not Gracie. I hope it's not Gracie Abrams. And of course it wasn't.
Wait, who was it?
I don't know. Some girl named Shirley.
One day I'll convert you.
No, I saw what you did on SNL and I was like, ooh, that's enough for me. Okay, what are we talking about this week? This week, we keeping an eye out for Selena. That's what we're doing. She just got engaged. We'll also be keeping an eye out for the hot assassin, Luigi Mangione. You pronounce the E at the end?
I'm not Italian.
Okay. And who or what is our award season frontrunner? We have several thoughts on this year's big movies, including and especially A Complete Unknown.
Say that. But don't forget that we have a bonus segment that drops every Thursday only on Wondery Plus. This week, we're continuing my campaign to get my mom on Later Daters. Yeah, you heard it here right. You heard it here right. You heard it here right.
You heard it here right.
I'm not doing well.
You did go to Emerson College.
Boots. So on that note, subscribe to Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts if you want to check that out.
So let me just say this.
Let me say this.
Are you looking for a home for your worst opinions?
Are you a hater first, but a lover of pop culture second? Consider this a glorified group chat, but we're not calling you out. No, we're calling you in. It's a safe space
to talk shit.
But of course, from Wondery, I'm Peyton Dix.
And I'm Hunter Harris.
And this is Let Me Say This.
Let me say this.
Let me say this.
Let me say this. Let me say this.
So there's this guy, and you might have heard of him.
Up and coming.
Up and coming. No, I would say
well,
he came. He came. He came up.
We saw it conquered, in fact.
Okay, sorry. I have to bring this to the space. Luigi Mangione.
Hunter did just watch a YouTube video on how to pronounce that.
Sorry, I want to be respectful.
Oh.
I want to be respectful of my man.
Some of us are just in with the Italian community, so we just know. I watched Sopranos. Yeah, we're good.
Ooh, James Gandolfini taking a peek. Okay.
So what about him?
Okay, dare I say he's my man.
My man.
I don't play about him. Luigi Mangione, he, allegedly shot the CEO of United Healthcare.
And big on allegedly.
We don't know what happened. They caught him actually last Monday while we were recording this very podcast.
Yeah.
But there's a lot that we need to get into. Mostly that he's so hot.
Yeah, that was shocking.
But you knew he was hot. You knew he was hot when he took on his little mask to flirt. I said, oh, we have a hoe on our hands.
And like a full smile.
Full smile.
Oh my God.
Heavy brow. Heavy on the brow. Heavy on the boy brow.
I love a boy with a brow.
I know. I actually need him to like get out of prison and get into an Anastasia brow deal. Maybe some boy brow on top.
Maybe you could do that in prison, I wonder.
I would say the NYX, the clear brow gel, like the really good stuff.
That's not my church ministry, but I'd love to find out.
If we're balling on a budget, that's what we use. Anyway, tell us about him.
Well, I think the internet's reaction to him was nasty in the best way, complimentary.
Yeah.
Like the way everyone, I've never seen the nation so rallied. I never seen us really come together as one. Because the tea is, even if you didn't think he was hot, most people were pro, fuck United Healthcare.
I know. It's like, okay, unfortunately, someone had to die. But fortunately, everyone is united against the healthcare system, against insurance agencies.
And how many people has United Healthcare essentially helped kill? I didn't realize that United Healthcare was the most, I think, or if not one of the most, like, denials of claims in terms of, like,
and also the largest insurance provider. And it just came out over the weekend, I think, that Luigi was not even that was not even his insurance.
Really?
He simply just targeted the biggest and the baddest.
Wait. Come on, David and Goliath. David looking sexy. Is that
David and Goliath? Yeah,
a reference that would make sense in this situation.
Yeah,
in many ways. Okay.
David only had one shot.
I really don't remember Goliath. David and Goliath like that. I just remember.
Just think of it as Aaron Brockovich, but in the Bible. in biblical
A,
terms.
A,
Yeah.
A, A.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Thank you for putting in terms girls can understand.
Aaron
But-
Brockovich, who famously brought a giant corporation to its knees and a small town to its feet.
Thank you, Hunter.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Julia Roberts. But I think one of the funniest things coming out is one, him being 26. Immediately, we don't believe in people under the age of 26 normally, but like you are off your parents' health insurance and you are radicalized.
Mm-hmm.
You see those bills come in and you say, there's no way. The back injury of it all.
Yes.
And the trauma associated with even just having kind of back injuries. I didn't realize there was so much like mental health issues that can form around having back problems. I mean, I ache sometimes. I didn't realize it was like that.
Yeah.
But I will say something that was so, I think it was, I can't remember who reported it, about him shooting him, making the decision to shoot him instead of using a bomb, was he was like, I
Yes.
intentionally do not want innocent people to die.
Yes.
And this man is frankly not innocent. Very much like, I'm just following orders. So like I'm pro Luigi. Luigi all the way.
He has a good heart. He has a good heart.
He has a home right here whenever he needs it.
I also, I think it was Ken Klipperstein had posted his like Luigi's manifesto on his Substack
Yeah.
that like no other news organization would post it. But what I love, this is a man of brevity. Okay, manifesto is only like 250
Yeah.
words. He said, listen, we knew I have HBIC, the long-winded bitches. He was to the point. He said, listen, frankly, there are more qualified people than me
Mhm.
to make an argument, but you know it's wrong. You know what they're doing is wrong
Mhm.
in these insurance providers.
We love a concise king.
And we do over here. I don't know about over there. But I was like, he like kind of is winning me over like nonstop. But a little bit about his backstory. What I do want to talk about is that he comes from money.
Which I love. Just adds more.
I know, but this
flavor
is
to the
like, this is
profile.
how bad insurance and healthcare in
Yeah.
America is, that even the not super, but even like the very wealthy
Yeah.
are struggling against this. His family comes from money. They own country clubs, real estate developers. He got his master's in engineering from Penn, also majored in computer science and minor in math. What I'm saying is good at, when men use a computer and it's called a terminal, that's him.
You watch Succession. You watch what's it called?
Yeah,
That
I
show we
watched
talk about all the
Succession.
time. Yeah.
I've seen it before. I'm familiar. Anyway, but then he moved to Hawaii and was surfing in Hawaii and kind of like hanging out in Hawaii. And that's where he kind of like, his back injury was so debilitating from like surfing that he kind of became like a recluse.
Yeah. I was like, fun. It's so funny that like all these boxes are checked for being like literally like perfect, good man.
I'm gonna say husband material.
And allegedly bisexual. Let's hold space for Luigi making a huge comeback for bisexuals.
Did you see
and
that
Italians.
tweet that was like a bisexual said, I want to start a racing back. I think I sent that in our group
Period.
chat.
Wait, yes. And I know you laughed hard as hell.
I did laugh hard as hell. I did laugh hard as
But-
hell.
I want to be serious for 2 seconds, which is like, I also do feel very badly for this boy in terms of like, it sounded like a lot of people in his life simply lost touch with him.
Yeah.
Like couldn't contact him for 6 months, like hadn't heard
Yeah.
from him, and were just like as shocked and confused. And it seemed like he, obviously in many ways, like wasn't doing well
Mhm.
mental health wise.
Mhm.
All time, it's a circle, not a line, right? Like thinking about how little, right? Is that the phrase? Is it
I don't
not a
know
line?
what you're talking about.
Or just about how like healthcare, like mental health in this country is not taken seriously.
Oh,
or
okay.
like
Yeah.
respected in any real way or treated in any real way often. So it feels kind of like sad too. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, again, all of this is alleged and I want that on the record. And I'm curious how this case is going to roll out because I know the rich and the wealthy are shaking. People taking the CEOs like names and photos off of
yes,
web
companies
pages.
taking their yes, and also like
No, stand 10 toes behind the decisions you're making and the money you're racking in, please God.
it's just like, it's funny too to consider that like the Luigi getting caught like kind of around the same time as Daniel Penny was
Yeah.
found
Yeah.
like acquitted of murdering Jordan Neely on the subway, that like we have one white man who's like completely benefiting from the system, like
Yeah.
fully killed someone in full view, many witnesses on the
Yeah.
subway, just for like feeling threatened, like not even like being.
The vibe was off and that was, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Stupid as fuck.
But
yeah.
then it's like, and what's going to happen to Luigi? And I think even though Luigi is a white man, actually handsome, has many, systems working in his favor, what if he is found guilty simply because who did he put in his crosshairs but the rich and powerful?
Yeah. I'm so glad it was a rich, white, young, hot dude doing
Yeah.
this. Like the
Yeah.
optics behind that are actually so powerful. And I don't know if I should hope. Yeah, I hope it radicalizes people. Like, this is what white boys should be doing. This is what rich white boys should be doing. This is what they're good for.
No, literally, stop
to
listening to
work.
Joe Rogan.
Get on your Zoom and start. No, I can't say that on the
Yeah,
record.
I don't think you
No.
can. Some knock on the door from the FBI. Okay.
Wonder's like, wrap it up.
Wait, but you know what actually has radicalized me?
What?
Is this whole story, I'm going to call it a fiction, that they found him in the McDonald's because someone saw him in this in the small McDonald's. He was like eating his, I don't know, hash browns or whatever. And someone was like, oh my God, that's the shooter. I don't think that's how it happened. I think they're lying to us.
Wait, then what do you think happened?
I think that the government has like facial recognition, something that they don't want us to know about.
And there was actually no like real. I mean, I would, if I were that person if alleged person that turned him in or made the call, I would be hiding because people are pissed.
I know.
There were reports that like some of the top, like, I guess, I don't even know what you call the people that like look up hackers or whatever that find and trace people like this. Like most of them are being like, no, I don't want to help with this. Like my hands are actually tied.
A lot of hackers though are nerds. Like I could see them being like pro police. Do you have any healthcare stories? Any healthcare? Oh, girl, I know you have many. I know you have a many.
You've got, again, how long do you have? Like, I unfortunately have too many healthcare stories to count. I mean, kind of my famous lore is that I was walking, got hit by a bike, biking, got hit by a car, driving, got hit by a FedEx truck. And I will say, my friend was like, wait, okay, drive a truck and see what happens next. But like, just to see. And thankfully, for most of those, I was on my parents' health insurance at the time. Shout out to Alicia and Lewis. And at that point, shout out to United at that point. But so a lot of my healthcare was covered, and most of it at least. But more recently, I had quit a job. And I was in between. I had like a month and a half, maybe max 2 months between two jobs. And you know, your healthcare rolls over for 1 month. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna get healthcare for like 2 weeks. What could happen in 2 weeks? Don't ever ask that to the universe because you will find out. I got roofied very randomly at Roberta's. The pizza spot.
place?
Yes.
Ooh.
And more on that off the pod. But thankfully I was really safe. I was with my partner at the time. She immediately like took me to the hospital. Shout out to Cobble Hill, NYU. It's one of the best
Wait,
hospitals.
that's in my neighborhood.
Oh my, Hunter, it's fab.
That's so
Everyone's
crazy.
so nice. Never a wait. So clean. Everyone's attentive. They're the best. And they're so caring and lovely. So from what I could remember, I was, again, roofied. So I get there. They give me some fluids. I'm there for just a few hours. I eat an egg sandwich. I leave. $10,000. $10,000
For an egg sandwich and some fluids?
It was a good egg sandwich, but $10,000.
Oh
and
my God.
Thankfully called, again, NYU Cobble Hill. I might be sending them too many business, but I'm trying to save lives. Me and Luigi, we kind of link like that. But I called them and was like, I can't afford $10,000. This is insane. Like I was there for a few hours. I got roofied. Like
You're the victim.
I was
here.
like, I didn't want to be here. I was made to be here. Like this is a waste of my time. And I get there and I call them, and thankfully they took it down to like $2,000. But even
that's still a lot of money.
I know. But imagine paying $10,000. I mean, it was payment plan boots, but like even that, it's just like this country, my God. But yeah, so that was a pretty nasty situation. Thankfully, I mean, even with healthcare, like that could still be a cost. It's not all, it's up to them to decide what they feel like covering essentially or not. And a lot of those people that make those decisions aren't even healthcare workers. And so like, that doesn't even make any sense. If a doctor is saying like, oh, you need this thing, like in order to, I don't know, stay alive, and healthcare companies are like, meh, you can find a cheaper option, or you don't really need that.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like Luigi was in his bag.
No, I in his little backpack. Wow, interesting. Yeah, no, it's like this is gonna sound so fucking dumb.
Why?
My closest like comparison is that I use tretinoin on my skin, and the cream tretinoin is always cheaper than the gel tretinoin, but the cream tretinoin is not nearly as effective. It actually has comedogens, like pore clogging ingredients in it. So you have to use the gel if you want it to be the most effective. But of course, the gel is what's like literally for just a tube, like $400. So I did go to Mexico on vacation and I picked up a lot of tretinoin, all gel, not the cream. And so it's not the same. So it's not the same, but it is. Listen, God brought me to it to bring me through it.
I was like, okay, we see each other. There's something that's happening there. Yeah, I'm Team Luigi Boots. I really hope, I hope whatever comes of this is something that remains a large discourse in culture.
I think it already is. I mean, I wonder
know.
how are they going to find a jury that's like going to convict him?
Yeah.
No, every single person in this country has a story, whether it be tretinoin or $10,000 bill after being roofied with a health insurance provider that is like that they are biased because of.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. What I do want to talk about though is that he was really serving in that mugshot.
Oh yes.
Did you see
on the levels of Lindsay Lohan? She's a great mugshot.
Beyond Lindsay Lohan.
What? Okay.
I don't even know who.
That's a big claim.
I can't even think of a mugshot that was serving that much. Just the like
that
the
one hot guy
chin
that became a model.
Better than him.
Damn.
You love
Erasing
it.
a black king.
Mixed king.
say that. Say that.
Like the slight upturn of the chin. He said, "That's a rich boy." He said, "Listen, if I did it, OJ Boots."
And honestly, a moment for, I will say, his social media presence. Specifically, like normally when a guy would tweet something like this, I would be like, oh, but since it's Luigi and he shot
the PhD.
The PhD. Do any of you guys have a PhD? Luigi replies, yeah, pretty huge dick. I was like, fuck. And of course, his nude circulated already. Don't worry.
Were those real?
I'm pretty sure.
But pretty sure based on what?
Gay men in America.
They lie all the time.
Than anyone. On a dick pic though? On a sourced dick pic on their own, maybe. On a sourced one. That's what we need to do the investigation. The real hackers are gay men in America following Luigi and figuring it out. Oh my God.
Well, who's going to play him in a movie? Ooh, yeah, who's going to play him in a movie? In the Luigi movie, not made by Ryan Murphy, who's going to play Luigi?
I was on Team Dave Franco, but you think he's too old?
Definitely too old.
Yeah. Ageist in this country. Oh. What about you? Who do you think?
I'm about to shake the table.
Oh.
Because I have the perfect casting.
Who?
Our friend, Dylan O'Brien.
Oh.
Would that not be so good?
Dylan would be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
You did shake the table. I'm feeling it.
No, come on. Come on. And a movie directed by Steven Soderbergh. Oh, come on, Jesus.
Okay.
Oh, it'd be so good.
You're working. You're cooking. Maybe you did make that meal on Thanksgiving. All right.
Peyton.
Hey.
Ugh.
Sorry.
I'm in the mood to shake the table.
Again? You just shook it.
Shake it again. Shake it again.
It's an earthquake. This is an 8.0 over here. What next?
Okay. So Friday, we saw A Complete Unknown, the Bob Dylan movie. Thank God we weren't sitting together. And thank God I was sitting next to our friend Nick, who is a musician.
Yeah.
And truly, seconds before the movie starts, I said, sorry, what do I need to know about Bob Dylan again? I don't know a thing about this man. I was like, please tell me what I need to know about Bob Dylan.
Oh my God.
And I got like a little rundown of Bob Dylan's whole career. And as I'm watching the movie, I was like, I get it. I fully get it. Bob Dylan was the SZA of his day.
And you have to say more on that.
He was the SZA of his day. Okay, not a vocalist. A very evocative, very good writer.
True.
Really voice of a generation, like poet writer.
True.
Lied a lot. He made up a lot of lore for himself.
Storytellers through and through.
And who else does that? Did he get a BBL? We don't know. We didn't get to that. We didn't get that far in the movie.
That's the second movie.
But it kind of lives off the grid and does random shit. You can't tell me Bob Dylan, like, I don't know, just like wearing weird stuff, like saying he grew up in a carnival. That's not the equivalent of SZA going on Hot Ones in a bug costume. That's not the same. That's not the same.
Or him showing up with like a blonde little Karen cut that Timothy did a nod to.
Totally. Him showing up frowning at a red carpet. Oh, SZA wouldn't do that? Right.
She hates to be out. She hates to be seen.
Like I said.
Okay, whoa.
Bob Dylan SZA of his day.
You're Azealia Banks in the way that when you are wrong, which is rare, I have to say, you are so wrong. And then when you're correct, you come correct.
Anyway, I'm going to talk about movies. What other award season movies are on our radar? I feel like this is kind of a weird year in which, like, there's not a clear frontrunner.
Yeah.
but there are a lot of movies in the conversation, but I feel like that means a lot of movies are going to get left out, which is unfortunate to me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we talked about this a little bit last week with Michael.
Yeah.
With Nickel Boys.
Yeah.
Sleeper hit.
Really?
Did Sing Sing get, what were the like Golden Globe noms for that? Not that Golden Globes are anything that people really care about.
But I think it's like an indicator of like a vibe. Like,
Yeah.
are people taking this seriously? And I feel like Coleman Domingo, I'm gonna say, is a lock for a Best Actor Oscar nomination.
Yeah.
I feel like he's been like really consistently nominated across critics groups and across like Golden Globes, like more like voter groups. I don't know why is my brain blank, but I feel like Sing Sing is like, will it get a Best Picture nom?
Okay.
I don't know. We'll see. But I want to talk about some other movies. Should we start with Emilia Perez?
You can start and I'll finish.
Okay, let me tell you something that's truly shocking. Emilia Perez had the most Golden Globe nominations and is the second most nominated film in Golden Globe's history.
That's crazy to me.
But it's like kind of checks all the boxes. It's a musical. It can kind of run the table, has a big cast.
Mm.
It also got 3 Critics' Choice nominations, one of the top 10 films of 2024 by the AFI, and then, of course, won at Cannes, the Jury Prize, and the Best Female Ensemble collectively won, like, Best Actress.
Do I need to rewatch it?
But you didn't watch it to begin with, though.
I tried.
So you didn't watch it. I know your ass got 5 minutes in and said, you didn't even get to the BBL song. That's how I know you didn't watch it.
I had to give up.
Okay.
And you know I'm a trooper.
And you know that I'm a Selinator.
Mm-hmm. Which she got nom too.
I know.
She got a man and a Golden Globe nom.
Oof. But see, this is the thing about Emilia Perez. It's like, I feel like it's kind of like the Green Book of this year. Like, kind of like weird politics, but it has that kind of like fan favorite. It's like such a movie that you like want to like.
Yeah.
And then it just like didn't work for me at all. Like, I cried, but I didn't like it.
Oh, okay. See, I felt like I hadn't heard from the streets many good things, but then critical acclaim across the board is...
I know, but it's also weird.
I'll give it a good
Zoe Saldana is like, she's kind of the lead of the movie, and then she just disappears from the narrative like halfway through, and it's like, just kidding. And then, yeah, it's just very strange to me.
Would you rank it in any kind of like top 5, top 10 movies of the year for you?
Mm-mm.
Are there any that you would that were also nommed across the board?
Let me talk about Conclave. Let me talk about my gossiping little cardinals. Oof, you know I love me some Conclave. But I do think that Conclave is like that one movie every that kind of peaks too early in the conversation where it's like...
What do you mean by that?
I think Conclave is so good, but I don't know that it like can sustain the buzz.
Yeah.
Because when I first saw Conclave, I was like, oh, Ralph Fiennes Best Actor. Like, absolutely hands down gonna happen. He's so good at it. And such a like... you know, conflicted, but also wanting to gossip and talk shit. I mean, that's my story. Women's stories matter.
Like, get me to the Vatican.
They just matter.
They do.
But then I kind of am like, but no one's really talking about it as much as they were when it first came out. Now I'm feeling like we're so much more talking about Wicked, talking about A Complete Unknown even, talking about The Brutalist.
Wait, did A Complete Unknown get nominations? Or
yeah, the Golden Globes. And it was also, it won at the National Board of Review, I believe, Elle Fanning, Best Supporting Actress, which was shocking to me because my sister, Joan Baez. Yeah.
I don't know the real actress's name though.
But she was in Top Gun Maverick. She was so good.
In A Complete Unknown, she's the best part of it.
Yes.
Beautiful vocals. My God, voice of an angel.
And you know, I didn't want to get back to it, but since we're talking about it again, Complete Unknown, say you hate women more. Oh my God. I was like, it's rare that I watch a movie and I was like getting so, like, I think Timothée Chalamet is so good in this movie.
Yeah.
And yet, James Mangold, the direction, like, really contemptuous of every single woman. It was like hard to watch for me at times.
And I was just like, I'm sorry, but like, save my sister Elle Fanning, because half of her screen time was her realizing her man's is cheating on her over and over and over again. I was like, we got to get up together. That's all she did. That's all she was in service for.
No, really. It's like you have 2, I would say, good actresses.
Yeah.
I'm like not as hot on Elle Fanning as you are, it sounds like, but still like very capable actresses. And yet they only exist as like to fight over this man who really doesn't give a fuck about either of them. No. I was like, dang, really? They just look wistfully out of the window being like, damn, I hope he calls me again. It made me so uncomfortable.
No, I'm scared for the type of boy that this movie might empower.
And also, like, it's rare that I'm like, why couldn't this be a Christopher Nolan movie? And then the wife just dies. Like, why couldn't it be that? Why did it have to be like, just, I don't know. I felt like, ugh.
They knew not to sit us together because we would have been making a racket.
No, I would have making some noise. I did not like that part of the movie. But I haven't seen The Brutalist yet, which is the A24 movie with Adrian Brody, which people are saying it's going to be his second Oscar win.
Adrian Brody, fine as fuck.
He really is.
That nose is.
Have you seen? We didn't watch him on Succession, but have you seen his little reels of him walking through the streets of New York?
No.
He's walking through the streets of New York like he's about to get caught by the Joker. Like, he is like, there's this one iconic video that he posted where he's like, New York, favorite city, greatest city in the world, da 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 da. And then he's like walking past Grand Central. Someone like drops a can and he's like, got you, brother. And the person has already picked it up. He's like, okay. It is so funny. If you have not watched Adrian Brody's his reels, not on TikTok, on reels, you have to watch.
And that says everything. And he's nominated
also
for
his
that.
hair bleached too. It's like just another part of this. It's like another element of this lore.
Wait, I need to follow him on social media. Oh my god.
Yeah, but anyway, so I've heard he's really good on The Brutalist. I haven't seen it yet, but I really want to see it. Which is actually kind of crazy because his biggest competition, according to all of these like Oscar pundits, is Timothée Chalamet, but Adrian Brody previously is the youngest Best Actor winner for The Pianist. He was 29 years old.
So, I didn't realize he was so young. So he's kind of fighting for, would Timothy be?
Would be the youngest. And actually, famously, you're like an awards person, but famously, the Oscars like don't award young men. It's been like they award lots of young women, like Jennifer Lawrence, Emma Stone, Brie Larson, if you remember her.
What is she gonna win for?
Room.
Oh, right.
Oh, Alicia Vikander as well. But like they don't award the men, like the best acting are always like kind of capstone career achievement Oscars, i.e. Gary Oldman winning in a category that include Daniel Kaluuya. And
what year was that?
That was the year of Get Out. That was the year of Call Me By Your Name. That was the year of Phantom Thread. Oh, and that was the year of Roman J. Israel, Esquire. Denzel.
Is this the only space in the world where like young women are actually benefiting and like
but then there's the curse. Remember the Oscar curse? After you win an Oscar, you get divorced. But now that's kind of been
who cares? Do it.
I know. I'd love to see that challenge. I'd love to manifest that challenge. Please give me an Oscar.
Hunter's going for the gold. Okay, wait. That's actually really fun. I love having like a film head best friend. Because I'm always like, what the fuck are you talking about? And she's like, you would never believe in 1997. So it actually goes way back. I'm like, what? This is awesome. This is probably how Channing Tatum felt dating Zoe Kravitz.
Okay, the other thing I want to talk about, because I do think, we have to talk about Anora too.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like, Anora. So yes, I think with Anora, okay, I'm more mid on it than I think. Did you like it?
The movie in general or?
The movie in general.
I liked it, but I think I was more floored by Mikey Madison than anything else.
Totally. I think Anora is like, it's not even really, I think, capturing like the cultural zeitgeist as much as like Uncut Gems, which would be like its closest comp. Where I feel like maybe Mikey Madison gets an Best Actress nomination, which would be like, really cool and amazing.
Yeah.
I did see that Natalie Portman hosted a screening of Anora, which I was like, maybe there is some groundswell of support within the Academy. And that the Academy is getting younger. They like keep adding like younger membership. That could work in Anora's favor.
Oh, like for to make sure that
for
people
voters,
that are voting
yeah.
Is more
but I don't know. I'm kind of surprised that it's not making a lot of noise in like these like sort of smaller critic guild nominations. But we'll see. I would really love to see Mikey Madison nominated because I think she deserves it. I think she deserves. But then there are other movies that I really want to talk about.
Yeah.
Like Coleman Domingo and Sing Sing. Would love to see him get nominated. I feel like there's a lot of support for him. Nickel Boys, the director Rebel Ross won a Gotham Award, which totally deserved. That's my movie of the year. And then Hard Truths.
Was that the one with Saoirse Ronan and her blue hair?
No, that was the Outrun.
Oh.
When she looked like she was about to make me tap my ID again.
At Emerson College.
Yeah. That's not getting any nominations. Neither is her role, or neither is the Steve McQueen movie Blitz, which I haven't seen, but I'm surprised. Steve McQueen usually,
gets at least in there a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, what else?
A Real Pain. I feel like right now, Kieran Culkin is kind of the front runner for Best Supporting Actor Oscar.
Is that the one with the Social Network?
Jesse Eisenberg?
Yes. Sorry, I forgot.
Is that the one with the social network?
You're the film girl. I'm the personality hire. Okay, that's what I'm here for. It does look good though.
I
Have
did.
you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it, but I saw a list that like Kieran Culkin has won basically like every Critics Award, every precursor, which is kind of sad because, you know, if I had my druthers, you know who'll be taking home an Oscar this year for Best Supporting Actor? I'm going to put on these robes. I'm going to put on these rings. I'm going to go crazy.
I'm going to go fucking crazy.
Denzel. Sorry, I love Gladiator 2. I love Gladiator 2. Sue me.
Do you think it's going to get noms for anything else?
I don't think so. I mean, maybe it could get like a Best Picture nomination, but I don't see. It's kind of funny. I feel like Gladiator 2 and Dune 2 are both like making no noise right now.
Dune 2? Unless it's for Austin Butler.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
okay.
It's crazy that challengers that we don't have Oscar nominations for, or like a lot of like, you know, conversation around how good the two challengers boys, Mike Feist and Josh O'Connor, and Austin Butler. I mean, if I had my way, it would be like lockstep between the three of them winning everything.
Do you think there's a level of like, oh, this doesn't feel like serious enough to
maybe
be taken seriously in this kind of category? Or
maybe,
like,
but that doesn't, it's like, whatever. I think challengers, it's so good.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
One of my favorite films of the year.
But then again, it's like the Academy not wanting, like, you know, critics not critics, but like voting groups not taking younger men performers very seriously. Not to advocate for a man, but.
Okay, wait, question though about like, do we know what the demographics generally are for the Academy in terms of like who's in there right now? Is it mostly like what I would assume, mostly white, maybe mostly like
you would
straight,
think,
cis men?
I think, but then after Oscars So White, the April Rain, you know, fronted, I would say campaign to get to make it more diverse. The Academy has like really gone out of its way to add younger, more international, more people of color, like votership, which is how I think you get like Parasite winning Best Picture. Because it really is like more of an international group than it has been at any other time. Which is exciting, but you know, then it's like Shape of Water still won Best Picture. Like,
was that the one with the lizard?
The lizard and the girl.
So that's how my brain works. Hunter has to learn to translate. Hunter knows many languages, and it's me talking about referencing people. Or I'm very, you know who I am. I'm low key from surprisingly.
I'm gonna say you're low key your mom.
I am my mom. I'm also what's her name from Cheryl Lee Ralph in Abbott Elementary. Just not knowing who anyone is or knowing the right names, but.
The Golden Globes are on January 5th. Oscar nominations come out January 17th.
Okay.
So stay tuned.
We'll be watching and we'll be reporting back. Well, Hunter will be and I'll be listening being like, wait, gag. One thing about me, I keep my eye out for Selena.
I don't know why that made me laugh so much.
Yeah, okay. So a joke we've made like 500 times on this podcast, and Hunter's slapping her knee. Maybe you are Zendaya.
Shut up. Okay, tell me about keeping an eye out for Selena.
Well, she didn't just get a Golden Globe nomination. She also got a man.
He put a ring on it.
He put a ring on it.
Unfortunately, he was Benny Blanco.
Unfortunately, that man is Benny Blanco, who proposed to our sister, Selena Gomez. They are engaged. They announced their engagement. They've been dating since they worked together on the song Single Soon, 2023.
Banger song. Really should have been bigger. Should have been bigger. It was a really good song.
Whoa.
It should have been, yep. Mm-hmm.
That's your light skin side coming out. I don't know where that came from.
No, it's a good song. I'll stand on it.
Okay. So the post said, forever begins now. And for some of us, the end is now. But I am the hater of the group on this one, and Hunter's kind of the lover on this one.
Don't put that curse on me. I love Selena. Yeah. I love Selena Gomez. Famously.
I love most of the time.
I love Selena Gomez. And one day she will meet her match. I don't think it's this man. I don't think. Sorry, Benny Blanco. First of all, did you see when he painted his toenails like a rug? He's so like just. You know when your friend's boyfriend is just like nasty to be around? I'm like, ugh.
Many such cases.
I don't want to see you. I don't want to hang out with you. I don't want to like be around you. If you are coming to meet me, don't bring him. That's how I feel about Benny Blanco. Ugh.
If you're dating a man, which is already a brave choice. It's radical in this era. If you're gonna do it, you really got to do it right.
At least take
this
someone
man
quiet.
is doing it wrong. Doing it wrong as hell.
Everything about him. You said that like 30-part thread of like every like just nasty thing he'd ever posted on Instagram. And we're talking about like,
and that doesn't even include all of his feet pics. I hate that I've seen this man's toes too many times.
yes, it's like first of all, he's too active on TikTok at his big age. You can't be 32 and still posting on TikTok like that. Unless you're like
Unless
funny.
you're
unless you're a
teppy.
woman. I was gonna say, unless you're a woman, you don't need to be on the internet like that. He like I just like post inappropriate stuff, like puts like dildos on dogs. It's like ugh.
But also what I found was inappropriate, and you know I'm a Taco Bell stan, okay? I ride, I die, I live, I breathe for Little Miss Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
But to see an engagement photo of my sister Selena Gomez, Taco Bell on a raggedy picnic blanket?
But say, okay, because this was in the carousel of her announcing the engagement, he had proposed, I guess, during a Taco Bell picnic. Logo prominently displayed. So it must be Spawn. But it was just like, but listen, I know people are like, oh, well, we know who paid for the ring. We know who has all the money. But like Benny Blanco is an accomplished music producer.
Yes, we can give him that. He's got his coin together.
Famous for working under Dr. Luke and Max Martin. We can say a lot of things, but unfortunately, two of the biggest pop producers of like the last 2 decades.
Factually, Dr. Luke has made bops. But is he a good person? Now that's a different answer.
What I also want to bring us back to, though, is my sister, Selena, when she was like rolling out this romance, boxing with her fans in the comments, when they were like, he's like shaded you in interviews, like he's so gross, she responded to one, he is my absolute everything in my heart. Someone said he sucks. So she said, then why has he been the best thing that's ever happened to me? The end. No, she has a way with words. She's a poet. Mistress Dylan. Bobbiana Dylan.
Don't do that.
Don't
put that.
I will. I will.
No.
Someone was like, he's so bad for you. She said, he's still better than anyone I've ever been with. Facts.
No.
Like,
get up.
There are no ghostwriting allegations for these comments. Like, you know, this was her.
And I love when a white woman gives like a hard period.
Yeah, promptly had to take a break from social media after that, because as she's wont to do. But she has had, like, I'm happy. I just want her to find her person so bad.
And her person is not. But you know what she's going to do for us? You know what she's going to do for us?
Divorce album that's going to go crazy.
Exactly.
That's going to go crazy.
She's going to get married. She's going to have this little moment. She's going to get a sickening divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Major slave of divorce. Her captions on social media are going to be crazy. Thirst trapper. She's going to be taking those from J-Lo. That's how she's going to get divorced.
Oh, totally. Oh, 100%.
And then she'll bounce back.
Because she just had like quite a tumultuous romantic life. Bieber, of course. We don't even have to go into that.
No.
Remember when she dated, or like not even dated, like hooked up with Orlando Bloom? There was that one iconic paparazzi photo of them outside of a club sitting on a curb. Orlando Bloom has a cigarette hanging out of his mouth, about to like lunge at the paparazzi, and she is like kind of like not trying to like be seen.
All she does is get embarrassed by men.
And then the weekend, and when I say curse on his house, that he made the idol clearly all about her.
Yeah.
All about her like, you know, obviously depression, anxiety, mental health problems, and it's like what it just
Yeah, nasty. I pray for her.
I do.
And I pray for a divorce. I'm honestly afraid this will find her somehow, and she's gonna clap back. She'll have the time to leave a review on it and be like, let me say this. Stay out of women's business. Like that.
But it's coming from a place of love. I want the best for her. Yes. And I don't think that this is the best that she can do.
Selena, we are not calling you out.
We're calling you in.
It's a safe space to divorce your husband.
To leave this man. Ay. And now Taylor Swift, did you see she commented for 2 things I want to point out about this Instagram post of the announcement. It has like 20 million likes on social media. And Taylor Swift said that she was going to be the flower girl. I was like, okay. And then Hailey Bieber liked it.
And thank God.
And that's women supporting women.
She lit a cigarette and she said, finally. Oof. Ooh. She looked like that black woman meme of
yes, hunched over, tired. Yeah. She said, I simply have a baby. Okay. At the end of the day, listen, I understand that I will never understand. But I'll stand with Love You Like a Love Song. Perfect song.
And that's on
Vessel
allyship.
for the Lord. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's it for this week. As usual, we are 2 online, so you don't have to be.
Please see Nickel Boys. Everyone should see Nickel Boys.
And please, Selena, leave your man.
And for Luigi, I'm gonna be like passing a collection plate like in church for his defense. It's gonna be a group project.
And here's a 20. Let's go.
Let me say